Hi, Douglas Spencer here with Spencer Brenneman, and I am with the wonderful Melissa Berry, who is a sponsorship consultant. She knows everything there is to know about conferences and sponsorships, and I'm thrilled to have her here. Melissa, welcome.
Hello, Douglas. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's nice to see you again. So for those that are watching, Melissa and I are veterans of Thomson Reuters. We met each other when the merger of Thomson Reuters happened 12 years ago. Can you believe that, Melissa?
Wow, yeah, stunning,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So tell folks a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So thank you, Douglas. From an educational perspective, my background has always been marketing. Did a marketing degree, but actually, when I first started out in the world of work, went into sales. Always a good skill to have. Very soon, I was like trying to kind of get back into the marketing space, and the first job that came up within that marketing space was in sponsorship. And it was fascinating for me. I think everybody kind of gets sponsorship because it's all around us. You know, our passions, the things we like, the things that we eat, everything that we do, you know, we see sponsorship in real life. So it was fascinating to me. I started off in the sponsorship team and quickly progressed. Sponsorship and events go hand in hand. So before long, you know, I was becoming more experienced, and my last employed role was VP of sponsorship and events, managing a team of around 30 sponsorship and events experts.
Wow, that's a lot of people and a lot of people that know their stuff. So conferences and events, they are fascinating to me because everybody is out and having they're out of their office or out of their comfort zones. And with that comes a lot of interesting stories. You got anything you want to share? Anything fun?
Yeah, well, as you know, one of the things I worked on for many years was the World Economic Forum, and you know, their annual meeting takes place. For those of you who don't know the WEF and what they do, they're a big international organisation, and their annual meeting takes place in Davos each year in a tiny ski resort in the German-speaking part of Switzerland. And the whole world seems to descend on Davos for the period of a week, everything from business leaders, heads of state, government officials, NGOs, a handful of A-list celebrities, a few more B and C-list celebrities, and even royalty all show up in this tiny town. So it's complicated and stressful for anybody working Davos at the best of times. And then the rumors start that Trump is going to be coming to Davos. And this is unusual because typically, well, actually, Trump's visit was the first time an American president had come to Davos for the first time in 20 years. So it was a really big deal. So the whispers, and they got louder and louder. And eventually, a few days before it was confirmed, he was indeed going to be attending. Huge security detail coming in, ruining all my best laid plans. Basically, yeah, we couldn't move in the town for various different screens, you know, snipers, you name it. It was crazy. And then to top it all off, Davos experienced the heaviest snowfall they'd ever had in 20 years. And so we had snow, we had Trump, we had security. I was getting TVs at the mountain so my guests could watch Trump speak live. It was chaos. But, you know, I look back now and I think, you know, expect the unexpected, and what a pleasure and what a privilege to have worked on that event.
That's great. That's great. You know, I can imagine, without it being specifically about Trump, you know, anytime a U.S. president shows up, it's going to be that kind of chaos. But that's in some respects, that's a great thing about events that you work on. You never know what's going to happen. And there's a little bit of exhilaration that comes from that. But because I used to do events before the Thomson Reuters merger, and you know, part of me misses that excitement and the adrenaline that comes with it. But most of me doesn't. So
yeah, I was going to say, you got to be careful what you wish for, Douglas. That one was slightly too stressful for my liking. But, you know, it's interesting because, you know, it's such a big one, Davos, that, you know, the event, that you never stop the planning cycle. So the moment it finishes, you're starting all over again. So, and also, you know, that little story, I hope as well, that sort of describes that best laid plans and all that, you know, actually, you know, you can do all the planning you like, but you've just got to be able to adapt in the heat of the moment. And that will stand you in good stead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go back to the beginning of the process. So I know from my experience that a lot of times sponsorships, especially high ticket or large visible sponsorships, start with executive requests or support, but not always. And so when you go about deciding what a good sponsorship is for one of your clients, What are some of the criteria that you look through?
Well, each company will have their own criteria, which is aligned to their sponsorship and event strategy. And somebody in the role that I had previously would be, very carefully design that strategy and build a certain number of criteria that they would use to evaluate different sponsorships. And over the years, the various different roles I've had, there's been about sort of 6 or 7 that I've always lent on. So the first one is brand alignment. Does the property share similar brand attributes? And provide the opportunity to establish direct association and relationships with relevant opinion leaders, innovators, different brands. Does it reinforce what your brand stands for? The second one is brand exposure. Does it increase brand awareness and also reinforce other key brand attributes through the various different activation programs that you get with the sponsorship or the event? Does it allow you to showcase your products and capabilities? Does it allow you to demonstrate thought leadership? Allow the expertise and the talent from within your organisation? Does it provide a platform through which they can shine and gain exposure? Does it allow for unique client hospitality? It doesn't always have to, but sometimes obviously that's a benefit. And is it special? Will those engagement opportunities for your customers really stand out and really want them to accept? Talking about stakeholders, does it allow you to engage a variety of different stakeholders? And they could be employees, they could be customers, and also engage them in the markets where they live and work. And then something that's really kind of come to the fore more recently is, does it align with your organization's sustainability strategy? Sustainability is, critical these days. And if an event or a sponsorship is sort of tainted from that respect, and you need to be authentic. You can't sponsor or align yourself with something that doesn't fit with that part of your organization's strategy. So, but the other thing I would say is, whilst you've got all of these various different criteria, what's really important is the organizations that you partner with, that they flex to match your criteria. The days where you just get one proposal and you go with what they put forward the first time around and you have to sign on the dotted line, they are long gone. Really, it should be a dialogue, and you exchange your objectives, and then they come up with the rights or a type of package that's completely tailored around your requirements.
Great. That makes total sense. So what advice would you give to people who want to make certain that they bring their brand to life as best they can in any given sponsorship situation?
I would just sort of really explore every opportunity with that particular rights or event that makes that particular event special. And then see, is there an alignment with your brand? Are they providing opportunities whereby the various different pieces that you as an organization can bring to the table can really come to life? And if they don't, then I actually wouldn't go near that property. So, for example, if you're looking at a conference, one of the most important things that an organization has is talent. And you really want to be able to showcase that talent. So if that conference gives you the opportunity to showcase that talent, embed that talent, help shape the agenda slightly around maybe topics that are interesting or where there's relevancy for your organization. Those are the things that are really going to kind of make you stand apart. I think the other thing is authenticity. I think that's really important. If you don't look comfortable in your own skin when you're in that environment, you just stand out like a sore thumb. There's a great deal to be said for brands who want to be aspirational in how they partner, but you can take that too far and look a bit silly. So make sure whatever you do is authentic.
That is great advice in any situation. In fact, that's really what the work we do is based on, trying to help companies and individuals really benefit from being their authentic selves. Melissa, thank you so much for your time. How can people find you if they want to get in touch?
Right now, best way is on email on melissa@theberryworks.com or on LinkedIn. And please look me up. I'd be great to connect.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks anybody that's watching, and hope everybody has a great day. Bye.
Great to partner with you. Thanks, Douglas. Bye.